From Windsor shadows to the royal spotlight, Lady Louise just received the title no one thought she'd accept. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from, because this quiet young royal's unexpected rise is changing everything inside Buckingham Palace. In today's commentary, we explore a royal moment that has both delighted and surprised Britain. Lady Louise Windsor, daughter of Prince Edward and Duchess Sophie, has reportedly been endorsed by King Charles III with special royal title that recognizes her service, maturity, and devotion to duty. Sources close to the palace say this wasn't just a gesture of affection. It was a calculated acknowledgement of loyalty and hard work. Lady Louise has long been described as the royal who works without applause. Now, it seems the applause has finally arrived. King Charles III, a monarch determined to modernize the crown while preserving its values. Lady Louise Windsor, the once shy granddaughter of the late Queen Elizabeth II, now stepping into royal purpose. The people of Windsor, beneficiaries of the King's renewed Windsor Initiative, a yearly plan to improve local life. It all began earlier this year during the annual Windsor Service Initiative, a cornerstone event in King Charles's community outreach efforts. While many senior royals were abroad or attending engagements, Lady Louise, now in her early 20s, quietly took charge. From organizing volunteer programs to personally visiting restoration sites around Berkshire, she reportedly worked day and night to ensure the King's ambitious community plan succeeded. One palace aide reportedly told the Telegraph, "The King noticed who was truly showing up, and it wasn't about cameras or coverage." The turning point came when Charles received word that Louise had personally coordinated several youth employment programs and worked directly with local leaders. For a royal still pursuing university studies, this was no small feat. When asked why she was investing so much time into the King's initiative, Louise allegedly replied, "If we believe in service, then service can't wait." Her humility stunned courtiers, especially in a generation of royals often accused of chasing fame over function. But you haven't heard the craziest part yet. According to royal correspondents, King Charles was so impressed that he reportedly decided to honor Lady Louise with a title upgrade, allowing her to use Her Royal Highness formally in recognition of her contribution. This would mark her first step into full senior royal status, a rare event in modern times, especially for someone once considered to be living a private life outside the spotlight. Of course, not everyone in royal circles took the news lightly. Social media immediately buzzed with speculation. Was this move a subtle message to other younger royals, perhaps even to the Sussexes, about where true dedication lies? Royal watchers flooded Twitter with hashtags like hashtag Princess Louise, hashtag Windsorizing, and hashtag King Charles Move, amassing over 250,000 mentions within hours. A columnist for The Guardian commented, "While some royals chase the spotlight, others quietly build legacies. King Charles seems to know the difference. It's a royal equivalent of supporting actor suddenly being handed the lead role, not because of noise, but because of undeniable performance." Then came the official confirmation. At a small ceremony in Windsor, attended by senior family members and royal advisors, King Charles reportedly referred to Louise as an example of humility and steadfastness. He then bestowed upon her an honorary princess title, marking her as Princess Louise of Edinburgh. The room reportedly fell silent before erupting in applause. This wasn't just a royal promotion, it was a declaration. A reminder that loyalty to duty still matters in an age of media headlines and royal controversies. Louise's emotional reaction reportedly moved even the king to tears. According to one palace source quoted in the Daily Mail, she quietly said, "This is for my grandparents, for everything they taught me about service." That line, replayed and quoted thousands of times online, captured the nation's heart. It wasn't just another royal event. It was a generational moment. The granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth II carrying the torch of grace and diligence her grandmother embodied. As her photo circulated online, wearing a simple Windsor blue gown, no dramatic jewelry, just elegance, fans began dubbing her the People's Princess of Purpose. Across social platforms, admiration flooded in. Hashtag Princess Louise trended for 2 consecutive days. Comments read things like, "This is what royalty should look like, quiet strength. King Charles finally rewarded true service, not celebrity." Even major networks picked up the story. BBC royal correspondent Sarah Campbell noted, Lady Louise represents a new kind of Windsor, one that leads to action rather than announcement. Her rising popularity also came with measurable impact. According to YouGov, her favorability rating spiked from 41% to nearly 65% in just 2 weeks, making her one of the fastest rising young royals in modern polling history. Behind the scenes, King Charles reportedly made a symbolic gesture, inviting Louise to join him at next year's Commonwealth service, a duty once reserved for senior royals like Princess Anne and Prince William. Palace aides called it a passing of the torch moment. It wasn't just about recognition. It was about setting the example for what the monarchy's next chapter might look like. Substance over style, devotion over drama. One insider reportedly told the Times, "The king wanted to show that the future belongs to those who serve, not those who seek applause." That line alone reshaped the entire royal narrative. So what does this mean for the monarchy and for Lady Louise herself? It means that the crown, often criticized for its distance, might be finding its new heartbeat in the next generation. A young woman who, without a Netflix deal, public scandal, or PR war, quietly earned her place. Louise's new title is reportedly temporary, honorary for now, but royal analysts believe it could become permanent by the time she takes on full-time royal duties. She's already expected to represent the crown in educational and environmental causes starting early next year. If Meghan Markle's royal chapter played out like a Hollywood drama, Lady Louise's story feels more like a Jane Austen novel, subtle, graceful, and deeply British. And that's exactly what resonates with the public right now. King Charles's endorsement of Louise sends a message across the monarchy that true royalty isn't about birthright. It's about commitment, compassion, and contribution. In a world of loud headlines, Lady Louise reminded the monarchy that quiet dedication still roars the loudest. If you thought that was wild, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. Do you think Lady Louise's rise marks a new era for King Charles's monarchy? Wait till you see what King Charles reportedly told Princess and about Louise's future. It might surprise you.